Right, so what I want from you now is we're going to do the other
Yep.
thing, which is we're going to make it so that our mouth is comfortable saying each and every one of these versions of what we've just been talking about. And to do that, okay, it's a very simple game. We pick a person, and you're going to do this repeatedly. You pick a person, Mike, you pick a person.
Yep.
So pick a person, and it can either be a name, names, or a subject, like je all the way down to il. So who are you going to go with?
Jack.
Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jack is a name. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, great. Pick a verb. Any verb. Doesn't have to be complicated.
Push.
Okay,
Push.
Pousser. All right, pousser. Great. Give me Jack pushes. So first things first, you'd run all the way from left to right with your two people. Give me Jack pushes.
Jack pousse.
Pousse, because it's not pu, it's pou. Jack pousse. Yeah, good. Jack pushed.
Jack pousse. Jack a poussé.
Link it smoothly. So what are we doing in this? This is like the gym. We're not.
Yeah.
We're training for the main event. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want it smoothly. Jack pushed.
Jack a poussé.
That's it. Get your throat and your mouth and your ears used to that
Yeah.
conjugation. Because when you're then trying to put shit together, you want it to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Jack had pushed.
Jack avait poussé.
Jack was pushing.
Jack poussait.
Poo, not poo. Yeah. Okay.
Jack poussait.
Lovely. Jack will push.
Jack poussera.
Lovely. Jack
Aura.
would push. That's it. Jack would push.
Jack aura poussé.
But
Okay,
every
easy.
one of you guys does this, particularly every one of you does this, particularly the North Americans. Jack, are we going would, or are we going would have? Which one are we going into?
Did you say repeat it? I forget now.
Jack would.
I think you said would.
Jack, that's it. So go on then.
Ah.
Jack.
Yeah. Jack pousserait.
Good. So this is why this is excellent. Acknowledge what happened. Acknowledge what happened. What happens in English? We've got an auxiliary, would, and then a push. So you're desperate. You're desperate to have a tense which has got an auxiliary. There's not one there. Yeah. Jack pousserait. Lovely. Now you can play around. Jack will push.
Jack poussera.
No, Jack. Oh, I do apologise. Jack will have pushed. You were right. Jack
Okay.
will have pushed.
Jack aura poussé.
Lovely. Make it smooth in your throat.
Jack aura poussé.
Lovely. Jack would have pushed.
Jack aurait poussé.
Lovely. Jack is going to push.
Jack va pousser.
Good. It's interesting that Jack pushes. So subjunctive, but you're not going to hear anything different because it's an A here. Go on.
That he is going. Il est intéressant.
Excuse me, how do you say the word wine?
Wine.
As in the red stuff you drink?
Vin.
Lovely. I-N, vowel un. Okay, unless there's an E or an I after it. So how am I going to say interesting? Intéressant. Okay?
Intéressant.
So say for me it's interesting
Il est intéressant.
that Jack's pushing.
Il est intéressant que Jack pousse.
Pousse!
Pousse.
Yeah, not poos. Poos is like pus and stuff. Yeah, okay. Ooh. So it's interesting that Jack pushed. So you're now going into the past, which means you would have a verb with an auxiliary, which means you need to do something. It's interesting that Jack pushed. Off you go.
Il est intéressant que Jack ait poussé.
There you go. So in doing an extra thing, the mind can do one thing,
Yeah.
but when it's got to do two things, okay, good. Good. So that means looking at that in an exam situation, you'd have known that, but speaking, you drop the A. All right. So this is the point. You've got to get your mouth and your ear used to doing all these things.
Yeah.
So you do that with any person, je all the way down to il, and then you pick a verb. Right. Next step, you pick a pronoun. It obviously needs to be a relevant pronoun. You can't say, for example, Jack pushes to him, or whatever. Okay. So come up with a pronoun. What could this say? So Jack pushes. What could Jack push? Jack pushes me. Jack pushes you. Jack pushes us. Jack pushes them.
Yeah.
Jack pushes it.
Yeah.
What are we saying?
Jack pushed the chair. I don't know.
Okay, and that needs to be represented as a pronoun. So what's that going to be? Jacques la pousse. Yeah? Okay? Do you see what I mean there, Mike? You need a pronoun. Have you got me or have we lost me? I think you've lost me. Can you see me?
No, I got you.
Okay, so we'd need...
Yeah, I can.
do you understand what I'm saying, Mike? You need a pronoun.
Yeah.
You need a pronoun. All right? So off you go. Jack pushes it.
Jack la pousse.
Jack was pushing it.
Jack l'a poussé.
Good. Now, in an ideal world, you wouldn't keep saying these tenses, and I wouldn't keep saying these tenses. You'd use the hands. So you'd go present, past, further past, was, will, ré, would, will have, would have. Okay, great. So give me Jack had pushed it. Feminine chair.
Jack l'avait poussé.
Good. Jack will push it. Feminine chair.
Jack la poussera.
You'd work the way through all of them. I'm going to do it an abridged version. Jack would have pushed it.
Jack l'aurait poussé.
It's interesting that Jack pushed it.
Il est intéressant que Jack l'a poussé.
So because you've now added an extra ingredient, what did you forget? There you go. Off you go.
Il est intéressant que Jack l'ait poussé.
Now say it smoothly. Why? You're getting your mouth and your ear used to hearing this. I don't want you to constantly think, I've just said an adjective that's like, it is neutral, therefore I require subjunctive. I want just your ear to get to the melody, so if you don't do it smoothly, it won't learn the melody. Off you go. It's interesting that Jack pushes. It's interesting that Jack pushed it.
Il est intéressant que Jack l'ait poussé.
There you go. So say these things a couple of times. Right. So that's what you do. You'd work your next level up. Okay. If you had another verb, which you will, because you're going to play with this, and you had a verb that could fit in two pronouns, that would be nice. So, for example, if it was Jack gave, Jack gave me, Jack gave me some. Yeah. If it was I went, je suis allé, j'y suis allé. Or something to that effect. I'm going to turn up at, I'm going to render myself there. Je vais m'y rendre. Je m'y suis rendu. Je m'y étais rendu. Je m'y serai rendu. So try as best you can. I'm going to give them. Je vais le donner. Okay, whatever, okay? So, je vais le lui donner. I'm going to give it to him. So wherever possible, aim for two pronouns, right? Next level, we will be adding in an adverb. So give me, what is an adverb? Well, badly, not... Now, obviously some adverbs are teamed with a n. I would like you to go all the way from left to right without the n, and then all the way from left to right with the n, so that you get used to doing both. Can I stress that you don't ever stress the n, you stress the other adjective, you stress the other adverb. Okay? So we've got as far as Jack pushes it, Jack la pousse. Let's say Jack pushes it badly. Let's say he's not been eating his protein, he's not been in the gym. Jack's pushing it badly. He's got no strength to him. Okay? So say for me, Jack pushes it badly. So this is my point now. Go on.
Jack la mal pousse.
This is my point. So the point is, pronouns go where?
After the verb.
Pronouns go where? Bits before verbs or before an infinitive. Where do adverbs go? Where do they get dropped in?
After the verb.
And this is what will do your head in. If you heard, I'd never spoken to him. If I gave you I spoke to him as a sentence, right, je lui ai parlé, you'd get that. I'd never spoken to him. In English, the adverb is often one of the first things you hear. Dropped at the end. Je le lui ai jamais parlé. Or I never used to speak to him. Je le lui parlais jamais. So it's either going to drop at the end of the verb or it's going to drop at the end of the first verb, all right? So off you go. So Jack pushes it badly. Feminine chair.
Jack la pousse mal.
That wasn't linked for me.
Jack la pousse mal.
Lovely. Now this is a bit of a silly sentence, but it's great. That's what's great, because it's getting you the rhythm. Great. Jack would have pushed it badly.
Jack l'aurait mal poussé.
Good. Some rhythms that will get you in. Now that might seem the most ridiculous, fucktard sentence, but that is getting you into the rhythm of pronouns go before verb, adverb, whatever. Okay. It's interesting that Jack pushed it badly. It's interesting that Jack pushed it badly.
Il est intéressant.
It's what? Thank you.
Il est intéressant que Jack ait mal poussé.
In doing that, there you go. Do you see the value of rehearsing it? Because your mouth is like, I'm so excited about using a that I forgot my off you go. All right, so go again.
Il est intéressant que Jacques l'ait mal poussé.
Good. So basically, then, once you've got up and going with a big full long one, change one thing instantly. Change one thing instantly. It's interesting, and I'm going to do video on this. It's interesting that we pushed it badly. Instantly go up to that. It's interesting that we pushed it badly.
Il est intéressant que nous l'ayons mal poussé.
Good boy. We would have pushed it badly. Well, I'm glad Jack pushed it because we can't push it. We would have pushed it badly.
There was a French couple that was sitting next to me. They just left, so they must have been laughing the entire time.
Well,
repeat that.
They laughed. Did you say?
No, I said they probably were just like thinking to themselves.
I don't think they'd laugh. The fact that you're learning French, I don't think there's anything funny about that. They'd be really chuffed. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting that never, ever. There's no shame in learning someone's language. My God. Maybe one day I'll crack English. So basically, we would have pushed it badly. Off you go. We would have pushed it badly.
We would have. Shit.
Okay. But rather than going, we would have. Just feel. So right. This is how it's got to work. When you hear the words in English, tense-wise, allow it to evoke the feeling, and then translate that feeling. Because we want to get you to the point where you're just going off feeling. Yeah, we don't want you to go, I would have done it. Je l'aurais fait. We don't want to learn a question-response from the English, because we want you to be a fluent speaker that doesn't, do this. I've said this to all of my students. It's basically every single time you learn a new piece of vocabulary, a new piece of grammar, what's the feeling? Masse. Doesn't mean massage, it means masse. Yeah, bouteille. It doesn't mean bottle. It means a bouteille. This is a. Admittedly, I'm a child, so it's got a Captain America sticker on it. But the point is, this is a portable. Yeah, this is a mobile phone. It doesn't mean mobile or cell. Okay, it means portable. Okay, portable. Okay, portable. All right. Lovely. So lovely. And every single verb, make it sensual. Make it sensory. Make it feel it like pousser. Tirer. So you don't go, the verb to push is whatever, okay? Right, so can you say for me, I would have pushed, we would have pushed it. We would have pushed it badly.
Nous l'aurions mal poussé.
Good, and you're going to do something for me. You're going to keep your eyes, this is why I like camera. You're going to keep your eyes on me rather than going up like this. Because otherwise, every single time you're presented with something of that kind of complexity, you're going to be doing this to somebody. You're a good-looking guy. We don't need to see you looking like you're having a stroke every time you, no disrespect to anybody that's had a stroke, but, you don't want to be looking like you're having some form of an episode every time you do a sentence. Okay? Great. So what are the patterns that we're taking from that? The patterns that we're taking from that are bits before verbs unless there's infinitive. Off you go. We're going to push it badly. We're going to push it badly.
Nous allons I don't know how to say that. Nous allons mal. Wouldn't you put it?
Bits before verbs, but where do adverbs go?
Nous allons le mal pousser.
Basically, right. So, I'm now going to talk to you about this. I've recorded you doing this, by the way, okay, because it's really useful, and I want you to see the smoothness of how it comes in and how it doesn't come in. But what are we learning? We're learning the same rules. Adverbs go after verb number one. Pronouns go before the thing, okay, across the board. Right.